The next topic that we're going to work on is solving equations that have rational exponents. In other words, fraction exponents. Very similar to solving radical equations in that you will want to get the variable or the expression that contains the fraction exponent isolated. So isolate the variable or the expression, the parentheses, with the rational exponent. Then you're going to raise both sides to the reciprocal of that fraction, of that rational number. And in doing so, you will follow the rules of exponents that says when you raise a power to a power, you multiply. If you multiply a number times its reciprocal, you will always get the number 1. So essentially, you're doing an algebraic step to remove the fraction exponent. And then you solve what's remained. So in number 1, we have x plus 6 raised to the 1/2. So we're going to raise both sides to the reciprocal of 1/2, which is 2/1. On the left side, we're just going to get x plus 6. On the right side, we're going to get x to the 2nd power. And now we see that we have a quadratic. So we're going to move everything over to one side, x squared minus x minus 6, and we're going to factor that equation. So we're looking for two numbers that multiply to be -6 and add to be -1. So that's going to be subtracting 3 and adding 2. Setting those equal to 0, we get a potential solution of x equals 3. And I'm actually going to not circle that. And a potential solution of x equals, hold on, I'm going to fix. So x plus 2 equals 0, x equals -2. So those are our potential solutions. What do we need to do with them? Just like we did with radical equations, we have to test them to see if they make the original equation true. So I'm going to start by plugging in 3. 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 to the 1/2 indicates the square root of 9, which is 3, equals 3. So we know for sure that that is a solution. Now we're going to try -2. -2 plus 6 is 4. 4 to the 1/2 is the square root of 4, which is a +2. And that does not equal -2. So this, we're going to X it out, and we're going to write extraneous. Remember, X and then extraneous. Okay, number 2. We're going to raise both sides to the reciprocal power. So we're going to raise this to the 4/3, and we're going to raise 8 to the 4/3. On the left side, 3/4 times 4/3 is x plus 2. On the right side, we're going to rewrite it so that we can evaluate it. So remember, the 3 in the denominator is the index. So the cube root of 8 raised to the 4th power. The cube root of 8 is 2. Raised to the 4th power, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 16. So x plus 2 equals 16, x equals 14. Let's check it. 14 plus 2 is 16. So 16 raised to the 3/4 power equals 8. That's our question. Well, let's figure it out. The 4th root of 16, because the denominator is the index, raised to the 3rd power. The 4th root of 16 is 2. 2 cubed is 8. So it checks. And so we do have our solution, x equals 14. All right, number 4. Note, if you raise each side to a power that has an even denominator, you must include a plus or minus when you are solving, because it is similar to taking the square root, which leads to both the positive and negative answer. So let's step this out. I'm going to divide by 3, divide by 3. That's going to give us, because you're going to isolate it, right? X minus 2 to the 4/3 equals 243 divided by 3, which I believe is 81. Let's check it out. 243 divided by 3 is 81. All right. We're going to raise both sides to the reciprocal. So we're raising that to the 3 over 4, and we're raising that to the 3 over 4. All right, on the left, x minus 2. And on the right, this is going to be the 4th root of 81 raised to the 3rd power. The 4th root of 81. Well, that can be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. That could be negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. So if it's positive 3, we're going to get x minus 2 equals 3 cubed, which is 27. If it's negative 3, we're going to get the equation x minus 2 equals negative 3 cubed is negative 27. Over here, we're going to get x equals 29 as a potential solution. Adding the 2, x equals negative 25. Let's see if they both work. 29 minus 2 is 27. So that would be 3 times 27 to the 4/3 equals 243. All right, that is the cube root of 27, which is 3, to the 4th, 81 times 3, 243. So that one checks. Let's try negative 25. 3 times negative 25 minus 2 to the 4/3 equals 243. Okay, negative 25 minus 2 is negative 27, raised to the 4/3. Well, the cube root of negative 27 is a negative 3. Raised to the 4th is a positive 81 times 3 is 243. So this one checks too. So they're both solutions.